All right, so there are a few of the maxims that I actually want to get into and highlight. And one thing I thought that was good about some of these is there are actually a lot of tips. Now, I mean, not that I think I know everything there is to know about being a single guy, but I think I know everything there is to know about being a single guy. But there were a lot of great tips I got from these, so I wanted to kind of mention these. And speaking of tips, well, let's actually just show this clip real quick. This is the number one. From Jeff Wilser's book, The Maxims of Manhood, 100 Rules Every Man Should Live By. Number 1, tip well. Check that out. $12 plus on a $52 bill. Well over 20%. Check. So as you can see, Jeff, I don't know if you saw that clip, but I do tip well, and I just want you to know that. Why was that number 1, by the way?
You know, I would really like to tell you that I had a very methodical approach to sequencing these, and I had some really scientific method. The reality is I think I drafted kind of like the New York Knicks do or whatever. It's kind of like, that one sounds good. Maybe that one will less people off the bat. So yeah, the truth is I probably shouldn't admit this, but there was no real rhyme or reason besides my own kind of caprice at that day when it was due.
All right, fair enough.
I think organic is good.
Oh yeah, I think it's great.
That's a great word.
That's it. Word of the day, kids.
Here's one that I loved. Number 28, RBI's not batting average. That's what's important. Talk about that if you don't mind.
Sure. Well, I think that the spirit of this is that a lot of guys are really, when they go to a bar, single guy, you're worried about getting shot down by the girl. So they say, oh, does she want to talk to me? Does she not? So they kind of like cower in the corner and don't approach the woman. And that's really self-defeating. And I think that what a lot of guys need to learn is it's okay to be rejected. It's okay to be rejected 10 times. So don't worry about the fact that, oh, 2 of these 3 girls shot me down. So or 4 of the 5s, batting average of 200, let's say. Focus more on actually talking to girls as opposed to worrying about you'll be insulted or your securities or lack of confidence. Who cares? I think the best place to start for chatting with girls and stuff is fearlessness and also not really caring if you get shot down. That's so freeing once you realize it doesn't matter. I'll get shot down and that's fine.
I loved what I think you referenced one of your friends who called it first blood, which was basically just sort of getting the kinks out a little bit early on.
Yep.
Talk about that for a second.
So yeah, the idea is once, there's a jitteriness of, a kind of evening where guys are going to a bar to talk to girls. There's this before anything happens, before they actually talk to girls, there's this kind of sense of the nerves and the jitteriness. And once you, as my buddy, I won't use his name he'll kill me. My buddy, once he'll call it first blood, and once you talk to girls first, doesn't matter what happens. They could throw the drink in his face, like your guys' weekend. Once that happens, suddenly it's relaxing. You can go on with your night. So it's kind of like, I think back to Madden and Summerall, I remember years ago, John Madden would always say, end of the first quarter, team hasn't scored, just get some points on the scoreboard. It could be a field goal, doesn't matter. It's that first blood makes everything else go easier.
A tip this is a tip for guys out there. If you find that women are throwing drinks in your face, open your mouth. And after about 3 or 4 of these, you'll get a nice buzz going. I'm just saying.
Okay, here's another one, number 26. And this was, I thought, really interesting. Never ask for her number.
This is kind of this might be a little more tactical, I guess. It's kind of a running joke my friends have, is that when you say to a girl, may I have your number, you give her the chance to say no. So a kind of shrewder, craftier angle is what's a better way to reach you, phone or email. And so you kind of give her this false dichotomy of, oh, it has to be one or the other. You don't give the third option of just not talking to you. So it's a little bit of a sneaky maneuver, I suppose.
Is it okay for me to ask for the home address?
That's a little bit.
I'm guessing that's probably not.
That's frowned upon.
I like that.
Okay, number 22 is end the call first, and I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm just going to show you this clip and tell me what you think. Hello, Layla. Great, thank you. How are you? Hey, can you hang on 1 second? From Jeff Wilser's book, The Maxims of Manhood, 100 rules every man should live by. Number 22, always end the call first. Hey, Layla, I gotta go. It's been great talking to you. And we'll talk soon, okay? Okay. Bye-bye. Check. Jeff, I don't know if you saw that, but I hope I'm making you proud.
That's a phone conversation right there. That's the way it's done.
Exactly. That's how men do it, you know?
Well played, sir.
Everything was
I
great
appreciate
about that,
that.
except for the backwards hat. Phil, we got to do something about that.
By the way, Layla, I don't know if anyone could hear. Called me a nasty word on the phone. Her second swear on Single Mentality. She's the female representative we have on here.
Sure.
She took the red eye in from Vegas this morning, so she's not with us. But she was kind enough to make that call. And she called me a nasty word. But we'll leave that aside. Jeff, all right.